everyone, welcome back to Calamity Hills. I am Honeywell, and today we are going to be building a teen only lot for Calamity Hills. If you follow along with the Let's Play, you know that we can certainly use it, and you also know that the town does not have any money or a spot earmarked for a teen only lot. But that does not matter to our teens. If we will not provide one for them, they will provide their own. So they are going to create a teen hangout spot at no cost to the town. They are going to kind of squat on our waterfront area. What we are going to do when it comes time to build our waterfront, I do not know, but I'm sure we'll deal with that when the time comes. For right now, I really want a teen lot for the town. And we are going to call this Willow Lake because we have the willow trees over there and this is a lake. So let's get started. The first part, we are going to build the lot. The second part, we are going to set it up as a teen only lot using Pescado's customer selector from MATY. The visitor controller would be easier, but we took that out because I didn't like the changes that it made to the career outfits. So I've been oh, wow. I was not expecting this. I've been experimenting in a test hood using the customer selector to figure out what all I needed to do to get a good functioning lot. I did not realize that this terrain was going to be so steep. But that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Sure, it's okay. Let's get started. First of all, this is not a legitimate lot, so we don't want any kind of public amenities here, like a telephone or a trash can. So we're going to take that out. And sorry, I'm being thrown for a loop here by this steep this steep incline, but we're gonna deal with it. The first thing I do when I'm making an outdoor lot is I start with terrain paint to kind of just define the area. When you're building a house, you kind of position it towards the road or where you're going to put your driveway, but you don't have those considerations with an outdoor lot. So I start with terrain paint to kind of mark off the area. And with this right here, where our teens are going to come along the road, kind of go down here, branch off, and park over here. And then they will create a little hangout spot over here. And those are the sections that we want for our lot. This video just got so much longer. I bet you this is going to take me a good 20 minutes to a half hour to fix this terrain. Okay. I think we're going to do 2 elevations here. This actually might turn out nice. If it doesn't turn out nice, you'll never see this video, so okay, we're going to start from the top of the street here to get a higher elevation. Let's do 3, 6, I don't know, like, well, we'll use our terrain paint to kind of guide this. So we'll start here, and we're going to go 3 spots from the edge to give us plenty of time to kind of plenty of room to smooth this out. And this is where the beach lot starts, right here. So let's do 2 away from that and over to our party area. Okay, so there is 1 spot. And how do I want to do this? And we'll start down here. Let's keep it 3 squares from the edge so we have room to blend it in. And then let's lift this up. And this is way too high. So we'll need to bring this down some. Let's put in some stairs. I just want to see what this... Yeah, I think we want to about cut this in half, I think. So let's do that. We want to cut this way down. It's just it's too steep. What about that? Okay, that's more like it. That is good, so let's level this off, going back to here, trying to leave plenty of room on the side here to smooth this out. And let's do the same on this side. We'll bring this down a lot. Actually, this isn't going so bad. I think once I get the once I get it roughed in, I'll take a minute to I'll pause the recording and kind of smooth this out on my own. Maybe, I don't know. Does that look good? Let's put down some stairs, and that will be the real test. See how tall these stairs are. Well, I guess it don't matter. This is good. I hate putting in these stairs. Yeah, I think that's still too tall. Still too tall, so we're going to bring this down a little bit more. Okay, now that we have a kind of lower square, we'll bring it all down. Let's try some stairs now. Stairs always go which way on terrain, but I find if you face the way you want to go, they kind of behave a little bit better. That's not great, but we could work with that, I think. And then down. That's crazy. Let's go a little bit further down. Just a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot. Okay, let's try this for here. Down. And let's bring this one down as well. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll bring that down. Let's go back one more. We have quite the mess here that we're making. Go down. Okay, that's more reasonable, I think. And again, let's face the way that we want to go with the stairs, which will help put them to where they need to go. And do we want to sneak over here? Yeah, let's go there. It's still pretty crazy, isn't it? These aren't bad, but I don't like this. So we're going to take the time and get the elevations right now, or we'll regret it later. I'll regret it. You're probably just saying, could you get on with it? Let's move that down. And then let's spin around here again. Put in our stairs. And that is much better. Yeah, that is better. Let's snug the terrain up around the stairs. Cover them up a little bit. That is good. Good. Okay, I like that. Now let's smooth out these edges on this. And for this back part of the train, I'm going to go ahead and use the smooth terrain tool, because that is absolutely fine. But for these portions right here, I'm gonna do a little bit more control, and we're just going to smooth them off individually, these little peaks. That looks good. And we kind of want a rock texture to appear here. Can we raise this up maybe to get that? There we go. We want a rock texture because if I'm going to have this big cliff, it's going to be rock. And, oh, wrong way. Smooth this down. We just don't want a big straight edge. And let's do the same over here. I think everything looks pretty rounded, I assume. Okay, so that wasn't too painful. But now we need to fix the terrain paint. So let's, I don't want this rock texture up here. So in order to get rid of it, if you try and hit control, it won't take away the textures that the terrain puts in. But if you cover it up with a paint first, and I'm just spamming this button, holding down the button to get those little areas covered. And now hit control to take up the terrain paint. We'll get rid of those cliff textures. This, I mean, I don't want it to look like we're in a canyon. So, yeah. Let's get rid of this. Oh well. I wanted the rock texture on the front. We put down that terrain paint for nothing, it looks like. Well, I guess we'll just... How does that look? We gotta take this off. Oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe a little too square. Let's go back and see if we can't. Change this a little bit. Maybe just a little bit on this side. Oh good, we're bringing the rock texture back. That looks good, doesn't it? Maybe? A little square on this side, I think. Let's bring it down. I'm hitting the wrong thing. That peak is the one that we want to bring down. And R will bring up your kind of recolor tool, which will get rid of the stripes of the grid. I think that looks pretty good. Let's get rid of all the rock over here. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I was not wrong. This is adding like 20 minutes to this build, which I thought was going to be very quick and easy, just like the Optimist's house. But it is what it is. Okay. So we have that texture gone. And let's get rid of it over here too. Because I don't want it to look, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Even though the terrain is all very steep, I don't want it to look like it's steep. So if we get rid of some of this rock, and make it all one color. Usually when I do terrain paint, I'd want to mix it up and put different colors in here. But in this one, that's on like flat terrain where you're trying to create some texture. Here I'm trying to get rid of texture, so there's probably not going to be much in the way of terrain paint on this lot. That is looking pretty good. That is looking pretty good. Let's put back in our... Okay, so our teens are going to pull off the road over to this lookout. This is actually, I think, going to be nicer than what I had originally planned. In my test neighborhood, I have very shallow purpose beach fronts, so they are not steep like this at all. I mean, there's a little bit of a slope as you go down to the beach, but nothing like this. Okay, and we'll go down here. Yep. Good. And now we want some dirt. Too much dirt. I remember a couple years ago someone made terrain paints that are an actual blend of the different terrains, and I thought it was such a good idea at the time. For exactly this reason, I'm trying to only get. I don't want like I just want a little bit of a light dirt, not all of this. I don't want mud. And a little bit more over here, I think, maybe. I am going to pause the recording and continue doing this because I could spend another 20 minutes just doing this alone. You get the idea of what I'm doing, and I will bring you guys back as soon as I'm done painting. I finished up the grass terrain, and now I'm going to recolor these stairs and make them invisible. Okay, here we are. The stairs are now invisible. I'm going to do a little bit more terrain painting on the beach. Not much, just a little bit, but I don't want to keep the clock running while we're doing that. But again, you probably want to see this, don't you? So here you go. We're using the ocean's edge here, and I'm getting rid of most of this like little wave kind of paint. This is more a lake than anything else, and I like that. Do I like that? Yes, I do. Where's the standard sand? Let's and maybe, yeah, do you know what? This is going to be good enough. If I'm going to fiddle around with this more, I'll do it kind of on my own time. You guys get the hint here. So the first thing that we did, we fixed the terrain, so we have two areas that we can work with. Our Sims are going to enter the lot over here and park up here on this plateau, and then they can come down and they'll kind of hang out here, and then we'll have some beach activities, and I have all of this all picked out, so let's just get to it. There's this isn't costing the town any money, so I don't want it to look like it's something that the town built. It's not like a formal picnic area or anything. It's a teen hangout. So they'll have a little bonfire on the beach. Oh, do you know what I should put in first? Bathrooms. I downloaded, or not downloaded, I unzipped the Castaway Stories mods, all of the bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. So here we have Nature's Commode, which is just a stand of trees that Sims will sneak into to use the bathroom. So let's put some of these around. Where do we want them? Tucked over here? Yeah, and maybe another one over here. down on this level. Let's tuck it over to the side here. And these also act like landscaping too, so. And maybe one over here just to balance it all out. Up here where we're gonna have them first enter the lot. Yeah, that's fine. Sure it is. So now we have bathrooms on the lot. We are also going to use banana trees for a food source. So let's put a couple banana trees here. We're going to use coffee beans as an energy source. So let's put some coffee around. I don't know. Is one enough? Let's put one over. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's just get them on the ground. Okay, so we have, we'll probably rearrange this stuff a little bit. So we have a food source, bananas, we have bathrooms, we have energy source, coffee beans. I downloaded a mod by Gummy that gives hygiene for swimming, so they can come swimming in the ocean to raise their hygiene. And the only other things that we want are, we want some old ratty couches. Some old ratty couches. We're going to use our fire pit, our campfire. We're going to position it just like a kind of like a carpet around these couches. And then we want a fruit bowl. So we have a bonfire, some bathrooms, some banana trees. Let's give them some rocks. Rocks are good. In fact, we could put rocks right over here. I like that. Maybe one of these tall ones. Yeah, let's move this bathroom. Or maybe we can, yeah, let's move the bathroom. No. Let's take up some of the sand to put this thing on, and then let's move these rocks around it, and that can kind of break it up, right? Let's see, let's do one of these. Yeah, that is fine. It's fine. Let's put a rock up. Well, let's position this fireplace. Let's flatten out this terrain so there's no problem with these objects here. There we go. And how far can we move the fireplace? Campfire. So we can move it there. Let's move this couch back. And we're using it like a rug. Let's move that over there. Let's move the punch bowl next to the couch. That's good. Let's snug that up there. I wonder if they'll be able to get to these banana trees. I'm going to keep them over there and see if they can. I mean, to be honest, because I think they're kind of in the way. Let's put one of those there to kind of cover up that slope a little bit. And let's put another rock around. This time dark since we're not on the beach. Do we want a radio? I almost don't want a radio because I had one before and all the Sims stood at the streets muscling, which is why we're going to change the portals over here. So hopefully we won't have that problem. Let's get out the customer selector block. We're gonna need that. And we can, let's put it right behind this couch over here. Yeah, it's fine. We'll put it right there. Should we give them a radio? We probably should. Let's, I'm not gonna turn it on though, but it'll be here in case, whoop. Full prop allow 45-degree angle of rotation, true. And obviously I did that wrong. And now it is right. Okay. So we have all of our needs being met. We have some fun. We have the bonfire. We have the campfire where they can roast marshmallows, dance around that, or do some other stuff. We have the fruit keg. And the red solo cups. We have coffee for energy, bathrooms, bananas, little seats. We're gonna have them drive their car up here, so they'll be able to turn on the car radio, turn on the lights, sit in their car. And then there's also the beach activities, the building sandcastles, combing for shells, swimming. And it is all very not built. This looks like what a bunch of teenagers would put up. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the terrain paint. And now the only thing that we need to do is hide it from the road, which is a lot easier on this lot than the one I did before. Because the slope is so steep. But we're still going to go ahead and make this lot live up to its name, the Willow Lake. And the idea was just kind of pulling off into the woods, kids pulling off into the woods to go drink, party, whatever you would do. But we're not really, pine trees would be perfect for this. But we haven't used pine trees in the hood. So I'm gonna use these big river willows again. And there's two, I want them to kind of park under one. So we'll have one over here, kind of hanging over here. That they can kind of park under. I think we want a willow over here, kind of overhanging our fire pit area. Does that look good? I think that's probably good. I think that covers it from this direction. And now from this direction, we want to obscure we want to obscure our little hangout from the road. So let's put in a few more. That looks good. Let's have these kind of over. And that looks good. And now we want a bunch of different heights. So we're gonna go ahead and use these coffee beans as kind of like a bush. So let's scatter some of these around. And go from the other direction. You don't want to go crazy, but we do want like a lot. Looks good. And then we're going to use a lower bush to keep going with the effect. These little fallout bushes, I have no idea who converted these, but I remember, like, I don't know, probably 8 years ago now, I tried to convert these, and the meshes were terrible. But whoever did these did a really good job on them, I think. They look nothing like the original mesh that I extracted from the game, at any rate. So I think they did good. Sure. Yeah, let's cover that up. That up. We have another one. These are the roses that are around our cow plant. Sure. Sure. Okay. I'm getting a little sloppy here because I'm trying to be aware of the time. But we're doing good. We're like a half hour in. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And now we just want to do some grassy stuff. And we'll start by kind of outlining our road a little bit here to kind of define that. The area where we're pulling off into the woods. And now we just want to cover up some of this stuff. The idea, well, you know what the idea is. This is a wooded, undeveloped area here. And does that look good from the street? It does. And now we just want to flip around the camera and decorate from this side, because we're going to be playing from this side, so we want to continue with the wooded look. No. No. These really aren't going to rest on the slope nice, so I'd rather not call attention to the horrible slope that we have going on here. If you know what I mean. Nope, they're hanging off. Do we want to put a few down? Let's put some around these rocks. Yeah, that's good. And what about this one up here? Yeah, that looks good. Like that. Good. Maybe a little bit up here. What does that look like? Like not good. No, I think we're gonna call it quits with the landscaping here, and if I go back later and add some more, that'll just be me being obsessive. But I think this looks pretty good. So there we have that way. And it looks good from this direction. And now, what we need to do is, in order to have this function the way I want it to, we need to bring our pedestrians, have them spawn down here, and also have our cars come down here. And to do that, we're going to use Inge's portal revealer. We'll put this on the lot. And now you can see the portals. And what these basically are, this is just where people and cars spawn. If you look at this one right here, it's a pedestrian portal. We don't want them to spawn up at the top of that street. We want them to spawn down here, closer to the beach, closer to our campfire. And we don't want them to despawn over there. We are going to put them over here. We're gonna have to test this, by the way. I don't know that these are gonna work out right. But I want our Sims to spawn in these two parts. So when they go to leave, they'll go to these blocks. When they come into the lot, they'll come here. And then that gives them an opportunity to be up here with the car, to go down to all the stuff, you know. And now the car blocks are a little bit trickier. These ones on this side are service vehicles, so like if you called a gardener or something, we're going to leave them where they're at. But these right here are the portals for your cars. And ideally, I would like our car to kind of pull in here and face the water. So I'm going to turn this block this way. And let's have the car, let's move that over. Let's have the car enter here, which means it's going to spawn kind of like right here. And then you need to leave room for it to so let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we even try it here? Let's try this block here, and we're going to see where everything spawns. Okay, we moved our pedestrian portals over here. We moved our car portals over here. Now what we need to do is exit out to the neighborhood, go and have a sim purchase this lot, and then we will test it. I'll bring you back when we're ready to do that. And here we have, yeah, that car is not going to do it. Okay. We are going to reposition the portals because that is not going to work for me. Did you see how the car like went up here and then jumped back? So let's go back into the portals. And we're going to want to move these. There's just not enough 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how we're going to try the portals, and I am going to save the lot, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to pull into it again. Okay, here we are back with the lot where I think I have the portals placed in a good position, but when we play the lot, we'll know for sure. I ended up moving the stop portal here and the start portal there, and I did not notice the kind of driving up and shooting back, but we'll see when we play. And I know if you play around with the portals enough, you can kind of not have that happen, but we'll see. So I'm happy with the portals for right now. I think they might be right, but I'm not sure. So now all we need to do is we need to set this as a teen-only lot with the customer selector. And the customer selector is, we snuck right back here. And with this, we want to set it by age, and we want teens, and we want to use the and option. That means that no matter what else the Sims are that come to this lot, they should be a teen. They could be, I don't know, a family sim and a teen sort of thing. There are absolutely tons of options that you can use. But this mod really isn't well suited for a teen-only lot. The visitor controller is much better for that kind of lot, because this is meant to be Pescado's mod is meant to be used on a business that you're running. We don't want to run this business. We just want to have a place to take our teens where other teens are going to show up. So we have that selected. And now, because this is a player-owned business, the customer loyalty stars are going to determine how many customers come to the lot. So what I'm going to do here with our business owner, Ragnar Locke, who is Jane Locke's brother. I have him set as the owner, because whenever our Sims come here, the owner is going to show up as well, and I'd rather not having to keep deleting Jane Locke, so we're just making a teen the owner. And I am going to play the lot for a while, and we're going to have people that are showing up that aren't teenagers, because it's an open for business lot. And the OFB kind of code is generating these Sims that aren't teens. But really, we just want to play the lot enough to get some people on it, because we're going to go into SimPE and change the ranking on the lot to make it a level 10 business. We'll give all of these people showing up max loyalty stars, and then we'll level up the business to level 10. So that way, when we bring our playables here, there'll be a lot of Sims will show up. Again, I think the visitor controller is a much better option to use for a teen-only lot. So, are they getting stuck over here? So since that's the case, I'm not going to bother showing you the how to change this in SimPE, just because I don't think anyone else is gonna use this. But if I'm wrong and you want to see that, let me know, and I'll do that. I'm going to play this forward just a little bit so some people come on the lot. You can see not many are here, and that is because the ranking of the business is rank 0. So I am going to play the lot, cheat it up to level 10. And if you follow along in the Let's Play, the next time we play the Dagny household, we'll send our dirt babies here before they age up and go to college. But yeah, I am very happy with this lot. I think it looks brilliant. We have the car over there that we can sit in the car and turn on the lights, turn on the radio. We can light the campfire, drink the punch. All good fun. And this is the only way to get a working car on an open for business lot. Otherwise, they just have to be statues or for sale. But we can actually, if you change the portals to have it park on your lot, then you can actually use it, which is pretty awesome. So there we have the lights. Now we have the stereo on. He can come out of the car, and then we have the option to dance, which is pretty awesome, right? Oh, and he's a music and dance sim, which is perfect. And here they are. They're using this juice punch. They're throwing their cups on the ground. Very happy with the way this works out. It looks pretty authentic to me. But I think that is going to end the video. If you want me to write something up or show you how to use SimPE to change the customer loyalty stars, let me know. It takes like 2 seconds. You just browse to your neighborhood, let it load up, and then it's business information. Click on that, and you have a max all button, and done. But that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like on the video if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.